The People Who Live in the Forest. Submitted by Almighty Heart. First time poster. I'm on a mobile version, so sorry if the format is wrong. Okay, so a bit of a background. When I was 12, my family moved to a new house. Now this house was in a long street. Halfway down the street, it intersected with another street in a cross formation. On the NW section the forest starts, and from there it's all woods behind our house, except for when you're 2/3 down the street. There's a closed preschool. Well, I lived 4 houses down the preschool. Well, my house was in front of a baseball field, still part of the school. The school property was like a big rectangle, then behind it was the forest. Now it was big, but not that big. It was basically 300 feet from my house to the forest. Now this was a big forest that was basically in the edge of town, and at the end of the forest the other town started. This is a 2-part time story. The first part takes place when I was about 14. My sister and I decided to go walk in the forest. There was a couple walking trails, and people used to go sometimes. Now we're about a mile into the forest, and we're just talking, when all of a sudden we start hearing whispers. Now we're in a part of the forest where it's kind of like an open field, with tall grass, and the trees start again. We had no idea where the whispers were coming from, and we kept looking around, and there was no one. Up to this point we were super creeped out, so we started running. As we were running, the whispers kind of quieted down, but we were still running. We probably made it back to our house in about 5 minutes. After we got home, we kind of just forgot about it. Like I said, it was kind of forgot about it, and we didn't really go back into the forest for a while. Now the second part takes place when I was 17. We had these 2 dogs, and well, like any other dog, they like walks on my siblings, and I used to divide the days and walk them. On my day I was kind of lazy and decided to go into the forest and walk them there. So I crossed the baseball field and go to the entrance of the forest. I'm about 20 feet into the forest, and everything is normal, until I turn. There's this man. I immediately freeze. Now this guy looks like a straight-out hillbilly. He has 2 big chins, he's wearing a wooden shirt, a jacket, and is super dirty. He has a huge beard and a fucking gun, like the hunting kid. He's surrounded by 3 dogs, and they're walking across the open field. I'm standing there for what felt like an eternity, but was more like a minute as soon as I came to. I started pulling my dogs and basically running out of there. I don't really know if he saw me or was just ignoring me, but I can tell you that I never went back in there. I had a friend that used to live 6 houses down from me, and where she lived after the backyard it was all forest. We were hanging out once, and I decided to tell her the story. That's when she told me her own story. She told me that her brother, his friends, and her once decided to go to the forest and explore. They were quiet in the forest when they saw smoke, and they decided to go towards it. When before they got there, they ran into a man who held a shotgun up to them and told them to get out of his property. Which was not true, because the forest basically belonged to the state. No one was supposed to live there. They decided not to tell their parents, because they didn't want to get into trouble for going in there. Turns out a bunch of kids had ran into that man, but most of them were high or drunk and would either think they imagined the whole thing or not tell anyone in fear of getting in trouble or being high or drunk. I haven't heard of anyone running into him anymore, but we moved away, but those moments still stuck with me since I was never more scared in my life before.